Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Europe points to a mixed start ahead of US GDP Analysis. http ntvforex.com News ID 119 FB 7/30/2026 24:59 AM. Whilst knowledge that the Fed has its back boosted market sentiment on Wednesday evening, investors are starting to get jittery as they look ahead to US GDP. Europe is pointing to a mixed start with German GDP and unemployment under the spotlight. Fed has your back. As expected, the Fed kept interest rates unchanged at near 0%. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell provided the markets with a healthy dose of reality, highlighting that the COVID-19 pandemic was far from over and that the U.S. economy was facing mounting challenges. Uncertainty remains high and the path forward depends on the virus. The Fed promised to use its full range of tools if needed, showing it remains prepared to do whatever it takes. The Fed's large presence in the market boosted sentiment, with Wall Street closing in positive territory. His comments come as the number of coronavirus cases in the U.S. continues to rise at an alarming rate. Deaths in the three largest states, California, Florida, and Texas, hit record highs. U.S. GDP expected to be ugly. The mood in the market has turned jittery as investors look ahead to U.S. GDP data. The U.S. economy is forecast to contract 34.1% in Q2 YoY after a 5% annualized contraction in Q1. This would be the largest decline on record, as the lockdown in April and part of May sent consumer spending plunging and saw business investment dry up. The unprecedented nature of the coronavirus crisis leaves plenty of room for surprises. Q2 is expected to be as bad as it gets. However, concerns are growing over the recovery as COVID numbers show little sign of slowing. Recovery in U.S. labor market still stalling. U.S. jobless claims will also provide further insight as to how the recovery in the U.S. labor market is progressing. Last week, jobless claims pointed to the recovery in the labor market stalling. Whilst 1 week by no means constitutes a new trend, 2 weeks of a stalling recovery could be more unnerving and drag sentiment lower. FAANGs to report. Later today, the remainder of the FAANGs report. They do so after a phenomenal run-up from mid-March lows. However, since reaching recent all-time highs, the rally in the FAANGs has run out of steam. Expectations are high, leaving plenty of room for disappointment. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.